My learning journey story. The first day of school was really fun. I found out 2 of my friends were in my class. I met a teacher and a teacher of the class that we're working with. Both were really nice, and I was really looking forward to working with them this year. I worked with a group called the D Squad, and I had a lot of fun. We worked with the 2-3 and another class, and I learned a lot more than I used to learn. We went to a walking field trip to Maranatha for an Aladdin play. It was really fun watching the play. I got to sit with my friend and I learned some life lessons in the play. One of my deep dives this year was tech team. It was one of my favorite deep dives of the year. I got to work with my friend Olivia and I learned a lot about tech from her. We went to classroom by classroom helping younger kids, making appointments with teacher, and helping little kids with their tech. I even got to show my mom one of the appointments. I grew in the habits of mine of thinking flexibly because sometimes the appointments would get canceled and I would have to be flexible with that. I had a lot of fun in tech team and I'm hoping I could do something like this next year because it was a great learning experience for me. In the Rebels and Rule Followers project, we were supposed to research about a person or innovation. I chose to research about Steve Jobs. I went into the innovations group because Steve Jobs is an innovator. I had a lot of fun researching about him. I even got to meet someone that worked at Apple. It was amazing. I learned a lot from him and I had a great time. We got to do a lot of fun activities for the project. We had a showcase and we were supposed to show 2 things. 1, proof of what we learned, and 2, an innovation if you're in the innovation group that relates to your topic. I made a poster about Steve Jobs and his life and also a cancer curing machine. Well, why a cancer curing machine? Because Steve Jobs died from cancer and because the things that Steve Jobs built were high tech and the cancer curing machine will have a lot of high tech in it. In the Wild Child project, we were supposed to research a nature topic. I chose to research Yosemite. I had a lot of fun researching Yosemite, especially since I went there last summer. We had to notice a lot of changes and patterns in this topic. We made a whole bunch of posters and went to the school garden and did sketches. I had a lot of fun also making a conflict stop motion of our topic. After, we made some infographics and got to present them in an exhibition. I had a lot of fun presenting it. The habits of mind I grew in were taking responsible risks, persisting, and thinking flexibly. I grew in taking responsible risks because part of taking responsible risks is being okay with failing and trying new ways of learning. I did that in the researching phase when I was having a hard time figuring out what animals live in Yosemite and facts about them. So I tried a new way of learning. I thought flexibly, and part of that is thinking in another way. And I did that, and I got a lot more done from that. The last reason of persisting is because I had to stick to it. I stuck to whatever I was doing until I made it, because I had to stick to figuring out facts about animals in Yosemite. The music program is something that we like to call the music deep dive because it's in our deep dive time when we stop deep dives. High schoolers from Del Norte across the street came from the band and taught us a bit about music. We will learn about how instruments make their sound. I went into the Create an Instrument group so I could create an instrument, although we couldn't do it because we didn't have enough time and enough money to create the instrument that we wanted to create. I'm hoping we could do something like this next year. I had a lot of fun playing stuff on the keyboard and instruments that are like the piano. I learned how to play Twinkle Twinkle and Mary Had a Little Lamb. I also learned how to play parts of the songs I played on the violin. It was really fun doing that, and I hope I could do it again some other time. How have I grown as a learner this year? Thank you. What's one habit of mine you saw me use a lot this year?
One habit of mine I saw you use a lot this year was striving for accuracy. For example, once we were writing, but then we had to post it on Seesaw, and you checked your work.
Thank you. That's very kind. What other skills do you think I grew in this year?
I think you grew in math a lot this year and writing. For example, at the beginning of the year, you were learning multiplication, and now you know how to divide fractions. Also, you used to not show a paragraph, and now you show it.
How have I grown as a learner this year?
You've grown in your habits of mind, which is persisting in your time management.
What habits of mine have I grew in this year?
You grew in persisting and time management because I always see you in your cave with your friends by you, but you're not talking to them.
What other skills have I grew in this year?
You grew in your handwriting because it's clear and I can read it without mumbling.
Compare me as a learner from the beginning of the year and now.
Well, now you're really good at math. In the beginning of the year, you were still learning multiplication, but that's okay. I was too. But now me and Ronica are really good.
I want to give a special thank you to my teachers for making this amazing school year happen. It wouldn't have been better if you guys weren't there for me. I want to thank you for helping me anytime I needed help with my work. I learned a lot from you guys, and I'm hoping I could be with one of you next year for 5th grade. And that is the story of my 4th grade learning journey.